In this episode, we discuss the controversy surrounding flights carrying Indian deportees from the United States that are landing in Punjab. We also talk about Maharashtra's farmers who are increasingly turning to crop insurance to protect against climate-related losses. But first, we talk about what led to the stampede at the New Delhi railway station. Hi, I'm Ichha Sharma and you're listening to Three Things, the Indian Express news show. Late night Saturday, a total of 18 people died and several others were injured in a stampede that took place at the New Delhi railway station. Among those who passed away were 11 women, 3 men and 4 children, most of whom were planning to board a train headed for Prayagraj, where the Mahakumbh festival is currently underway. This is in fact the second Kumbh-related tragedy in last 3 weeks. The first occurred at the Mela itself, killing 30 people and leaving 60 injured. The latest incident has once again raised serious concerns about the administration's failure to manage crowds and ensure the safety of the public during such large-scale events. In this segment, my colleague Shashank Bhargava speaks to the Indian Express's Dheeraj Mishra about what transpired on Saturday and what officials say about how this incident could have been averted.
Dheeraj, this incident took place on Saturday evening on a weekend. A lot of people were planning to go to Kumbh that day. Tell us, what do we know about what happened at the New Delhi railway station that evening?
So on Saturday, the whole incident unfolded. The duration of the incident is actually between 9 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. And what happened, because there was the weekend and, news were coming from Mahakumbh, from Prayagraj, that, the main occasion, main snan, main bathing period is over now and there is not that much crowd in Prayagraj. So people can come. So this was a kind of news and a lot of people were willing to go to the Mahakumbh and take a dip in Triveni Sangam. So while keeping in mind the weekend dates, a lot of people started gathering at the New Delhi railway station in the evening from 6 to 8, 9 p.m. And what happened, this whole incident happened because of, the prima facie, it happened because of 2-3 clear reasons. First, when crowd started increasing at the New Delhi railway stations, the officials at the station, they had this clear idea. They have everything in place. They have CCTV footages and everything. They could have managed the crowd in a better manner.
Yeah, and also the New Delhi railway station, unlike many other railway stations, is a pretty big one and it usually has a lot of security officials present there.
Yeah, it is one of the biggest station in the country.
It is in the national capital. If something like is happening in the capital, you can, imagine what can happen to the, other part of the country. It's very concerning.
And now we understand that it's not just one, but there were actually 4 different trains that were involved in this incident. 4 different trains that were scheduled between this period of 9 and 10 p.m. Tell us what these 4 trains were.
So first train, which was en route to Prayagraj, it was Shiv Ganga Express. It is a regular express train which leaves platform number 12 daily for Prayagraj and it goes till Varanasi. It leaves around 8:05 p.m. So first, the passengers who wanted to go to the Prayagraj, they came to the platform number 12. They tried to board the train. And all these passengers, all these victims, all these deceased, they are very, very poor people. They are from highly underprivileged. And all of these victims, they were the general class passengers. So they were trying to board the train. First train they tried to board was Shiv Ganga Express at 8:05 p.m. Because, the numbers of passengers were huge. So everybody could not get inside the train. So what they did, a lot of them kept on waiting at platform number 12. Now come to platform number 14. At platform number 14, the Magad Express was stationed. So Magad Express goes to Bihar, but, passes through Prayagraj. So all these general class passengers, towards Bihar and especially for Prayagraj, at platform number 14, they tried to board that Magad Express train, which leaves at around 9:10 p.m. So a huge number of passengers were already waiting at platform number 12 because of kind of spillover. They could not get inside the Shiv Ganga Express. Then they tried to get inside the Magad Express, but still, there were many more people. So they could not get inside in Magad Express as well. In the meantime, because Magad Express was about to leave at 9:05 or 9:10 p.m., in the meantime, there was an announcement at 8:50 p.m. that there is a special train for Prayagraj which is coming at platform number 12. So what happened? A lot of people who could not get in Magad Express, and there was no hope that they can, get inside the Magad Express. So they started moving towards platform number 12 because, there was another confusion that after the Magad Express leaves platform number 14, there is another Prayagraj Express, which is a regular express train which leaves for Prayagraj every day. The another Prayagraj Express was about to come at same platform number 14 at around 9:30 p.m. It leaves at 10:10 p.m.
Okay, so there is a train at platform number 12. There is another train at platform number 14, which is leaving, and there is another one coming right after. And there is another one coming to replace the one at platform number 12.
Yeah. So it created confusion among people because, the announcement at the railway station. It's not very clear sound, that it is not like metro station. Not everybody can understand that, Prayagraj special and Prayagraj express train. So it created kind of confusion. There are two kind of people. One, they thought that, that this Prayagraj express which was about to come at platform number 14, it is being stationed at platform number 12. So they started running. There was another set of people who heard this announcement very clearly. So they thought that, let's try for the special train which is stationed at platform number 12. Let's try to get inside that train. And if we would not be able to get in, if we would not be able to board that special train, there is still time left for the Prayagraj Express to come at platform number 14. Then we will come back to platform number 14 and take that train. So when they started taking the stairs to move toward the footway bridge to go to platform number 12, at that very moment there was already a rush. So when they started going upward, there was a huge crowd already coming down. Some people were going straight, some people were coming downwards. And in that very moment, somebody fell on the ground, and this is what happened. And one thing led to another. People started falling on the ground on the stairs only. And it was completely jam-packed. There was no way to even move, even to take a single step forward.
So did all the 18 people die on those stairs itself?
Yeah, maximum number of people. Yes, most of the people, they died on the stairs only. It's very painful that they could not cross that stair and they died on the stairs only. Some of them were brought dead in the hospital. Some of them died in the hospital. And 15 people were, injured. 3 of them were grievously injured. 11 of them received minor injuries. So, and the whole incident transpired within few minutes. It was only around 20 minutes when it happened.
And one thing that any railway station keeps a track of are the number of tickets being sold. And now when you access the railway records, you actually found out that between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., around 2,600 more tickets were sold than usual.
See, Shashank, you mentioned, the officials at the platform, they had very clear, complete, foolproof machinery to assess that how many people are entering in the station. They have very clear data that how many people will take a particular train, how many people will come at a particular platform. They have everything in place. So they have this system, unreserved ticketing system, where all the tickets which are booked for general bogies. So it reflects the data and it shows that during that peak hour between 6 to 8 p.m., there was more than 2,600 extra general tickets were sold during that period. And the total data is between 6 to 8 p.m. over 9,600 tickets were booked. And usually what was happening that, during this particular 6 to 8 p.m., 7,000 tickets were being booked on an average per day. So it was a very clear sign that, more passengers are coming in. The administration, the official, they could have easily assessed that there is a surge of crowd on the station and they could have taken a step, to ensure the safe entry of the passengers in the station.
And this of course raises a lot of concerns because the other thing we know is that during this Kumbh period, the railways is not actually checking the ticket of every passenger. And to be fair, they don't even have the resources to do so, with so many people just filling up the general class compartment. But in this case, for example, they at least knew about the surge in the number of people buying tickets. So when you spoke to railway officials, do they admit that if they had taken a cue from these 2,600 more tickets being sold, this incident could have been avoided?
Yeah, nothing on the record. As you know, even minister hasn't spoken yet. So nothing on the record. But yeah, officials who are aware of the investigation and they themselves know that, this was a very clear sign. Kind of very first step to know that there is a huge number of people coming at the station. And this was a very clear sign. You could have deployed more personnel, more RPF personnel to manage the crowd, to ensure their safe entry in the railway station from the sale of these number of tickets. But there was not that many personnel at the platform to ensure this. So yeah, they are accepting. I mean, officials are accepting it. They are aware of it. And as you know, that investigation is ongoing. Let's see what will happen.
Yeah, and a probe has been set up by the government. And in fact, in response, the railways yesterday also announced that platform tickets will not be sold between 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. for the next week at the station to ensure proper crowd management. But, at this time, of course, the opposition has been quite critical of the government. Many have asked the railway minister, Ashwini Vaishnaw, to resign. And it actually all began with the ministry's initial response in the matter. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so I think the one thing that happened initially, Ministry of Railways and, the spokesperson, they were saying that, there is no stampede. Initially, they said that there is no stampede. It is a kind of rumor and do not spread the rumor. So, because such a tragic incident has happened and you are not accepting it, it was kind of, not taken in a good light, that you cannot say that if something has happened, you accept it and you do the things that is required to be done. But they did not do that initially, and when the Prime Minister tweeted that it was an stampede, then Ministry of Railways, the railway official, they are saying the incident is a stampede. So what now opposition is saying that the officials and minister, everybody is involved to cover up this whole incident. They are trying to hide the fact. They are trying to kind of peddle the fake news in the media. They are trying to divert the attention of the people from this incident. And they are not putting all the relevant fact in the public domain. Because, there are n number of CCTV cameras at the railway station. So I think the very first step of the transparency would be to put those CCTV footages in public domain. That, this happened during that period. So that everybody should know that, people have right to know 18 people have died. So yeah, these are the questions, these are the things that being raised by the opposition leaders.
And also, Dheeraj, have we seen similar incidents take place at the New Delhi railway station before?
Yeah. As far as New Delhi railway station is concerned, 3 stampede happened in the past. There is a stampede in 2004, 2010 and 2012. All these stampede happened during the festive seasons. So these things have happened in the past as well. Now the question is also being raised that what has railways learned after all these last tragedies, last incidents? What were the recommendations of the committee? Were these recommendations implemented? What happened? If those recommendations would have been implemented, I'm sure that this incident would have been avoided. But yeah, the question is also that what has been the railways learning from all these consecutive incidences, from accidents, derailment to stampede.
And could you talk about what compensation has been given to the families of the victims who died in the stampede and those who have been injured?
So in all the 18 cases of deaths, they have given 10 lakh rupees each to the next kin of the deceased. In case of grievous injury, they have given 2.5 lakh per person, and in case of simple injury, they have given 1 lakh rupees. But there is one more thing that to add to in this compensation thing, that everybody were given money in cash, which is kind of unusual, because the railway official saying that this is not very unusual because ex gratia is a kind of immediate relief, and at these moments the victims, the families, they do not have these bank account and these details in their hand. So we identify people through their Aadhaar card and all, and we disburse the amount as soon as possible so that they get an immediate relief. But that what happens with the cash, there is a proper rule for disbursement of the cash, to avoid all kind of apprehensions regarding black money and all and everything. But then they said that we gave them cash for immediate relief. They also said that, it has happened in the Balasore incident also, where, around 300 people died, and they said that we gave all of them ex gratia in cash. However, the ex gratia rule of Ministry of Railways itself, that, you cannot provide cash more than 50,000 rupees. It's an office memorandum issued by the Ministry of Railways itself in 2023. So there is a capping that you can give the cash, but only 50,000. Rest of the money you have to give it either through check or do RTGS or, send it to in their account. So they gave them cash. We have the picture. We published the picture in the front page also in the Indian Express. It also doesn't look very good that somebody has died and you are giving them the table of receiving death certificate and all, they are receiving a cash amount. So the picture doesn't look very good. But the railways have other justification that we wanted to ensure them relief.
And next, we discuss the flights carrying Indian deportees from the US landing in Punjab. So far, the United States has sent back 335 illegal immigrants on 3 separate flights, all of which have landed in the city of Amritsar. This has led the ruling Aam Aadmi Party government to allege that the move is intended to malign the state. Last week, Punjab Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party leader Bhagwant Mann attacked the BJP-led centre, accusing them of trying to portray illegal immigration as an issue exclusive to Punjab. Other leaders also point out that among those who have been deported also include several individuals from both Haryana and Gujarat. We are now joined by the Indian Express's Raakhi Jagga to talk about this controversy and the claims being made by the Aam Aadmi Party. Raakhi, could you explain why deportation flights have become a major issue in Punjab and how this controversy started?
Yeah, I mean, the flights, although the deportation of the Indians, it's not a new thing. It has been happening from the past many years. But I mean, as the US president, he has made it a public thing, and the flights are also landing at Amritsar. So that's why it has become a political issue in Punjab. The Punjab Chief Minister, he is saying that when illegal immigration, it's a national issue, and people from the other states also go as illegal immigrants. So why the flights are being landed in Amritsar repeatedly? I mean, the first flight had landed on February 5, and then the second flight landed on February 15, and the third on February 16. So the choice of the airport has become an issue, and as Punjab is having Aam Aadmi Party government, which is in opposition to the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, so that's why it has become a political issue in Punjab.
Right, and also, do we know why Amritsar was chosen as the landing location for these deportation flights? Is this a standard practice? Like, has the centre confirmed anything?
Yeah, the center has said that it's a standard practice. Even I have also heard it from a few bureaucrats who had been serving at Amritsar. So they said that even in the past as well, many flights have landed here. But at that time, there was not much of the publicity being done, and the flights used to land quietly, and people used to go quietly in their houses or even for the police verification. So, I mean, it wasn't catching much of the media attention. So that's why all these years, the Amritsar airport has never come in a direct picture. A bureaucrat, while speaking off the record, even told that even if a few of the flights, they don't land in Amritsar and they land at some other airport, the operational things are worked out from Amritsar airport only. I mean, this is a general practice, he said, that it has been going on from the past many years.
And also, there are many leaders who have raised concerns and criticized these flights as a targeted move against Punjab, asking why they have not been sent to Gujarat or Haryana, for example.
Yeah. I mean, in the first flight, there were 104 deportees and 30 were from Punjab and 33 each, they were from Haryana and Gujarat. And in the second flight, which was carrying 115 deportees, that had majority of the Punjab residents, 67 from Punjab and 33 from Haryana, the neighboring state. So, I mean, out of 115, 100 were from Punjab and Haryana only. And the third flight, which landed on Sunday, which carried 112 deportees. It had 31 from Punjab and 44 from Haryana and 33 from Gujarat. So, I mean, it was only the flight number 2 which had the maximum number of Punjabis. So, the Punjab Chief Minister and the Punjab's president of Aam Aadmi Party, they said because there is an opposition government in Punjab, so that is why the center is trying to defame Punjab, and it is kind of projecting that illegal immigration is, it's more a subject in Punjab only, but otherwise the deportees are from other states also. They have been saying this earlier as well, that the center always tries to defame Punjab. So they said they have made yet another attempt to do it.
Right, and Raakhi, several leaders also spoke of the mistreatment with the deportees during the flights. For instance, they were handcuffed and their legs were tied. So what has been the response from the deportees? Like, what kind of experiences did they share regarding their treatment during the flight and after their arrival?
Yeah, I mean, in the first flight also they were handcuffed and chained, and in the second flight as well. I mean, they have said that they were handcuffed and chained in both the flights. And the Bikram Singh Majithia, he's a Shiromani Akali Dal leader. And he said that in the flight which landed on Saturday, there were few deportees who were turban wearing, but there was no turban on their head. And as the US officials, they didn't allow them to wear a turban. And when once they landed, so the Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee's office based in Amritsar, they arranged the siropas for them so as to cover their head, because in Sikh religion, it is considered very important to cover the head, the ones who have hair. So this is what they are saying. While the Punjab Chief Minister, he continuously raised the issue that why Amritsar has been chosen. On the other hand, the Shiromani Akali Dal leader, he is rather targeting the Chief Minister only. That, I mean, you are focusing only on one issue of Amritsar as the place to land the flights, but otherwise there were deportees who were not having the turbans and all, so you should have raised this issue as well strongly. And the Chief Minister said that while our Prime Minister, he was on a US tour, and at the same time the return gift from America was that they had sent their Indian citizens disgracefully. So he said that the Prime Minister wasn't able to take up the point that at least the illegal immigrants, they should be sent in a dignified manner. They should not be chained. They should not be handcuffed.
Right. And you also spoke with a few residents from Ludhiana. So how has this situation been perceived by them?
Yeah, I mean, a general perception by the residents is that the landing of a flight at Amritsar, and that too after much of a publicity, it defames Punjab only. They said that there are nearly 3 crore Punjabis in Punjab, and a few of the deportees, around 60 or around till now, 130 of them have come back. So, I mean, once the flights are landing in Punjab, it stamps that Punjabis, they follow this illegal immigration pathway. So they said that it becomes difficult for the rest of the residents as well, who are following legal ways or who want to send their children for higher studies to other countries. So they said that this kind of a thing, it defames the whole state. They also agree to this, and they said that back in their mind, they have grown up with this narrative that center had always been giving a stepmotherly treatment. So Punjab residents, they have more developed with this narrative that center is anti-Punjab.
And lastly, Raakhi, has the center responded to these allegations at all?
Yeah, the BJP leaders are rather saying that rather than deviating the issue that why the flights are landing in Punjab, the Punjab Chief Minister should focus on how to control the illegal immigration racket, and he should control on the rate of unemployment. Subhash Sharma is the Vice President of the Punjab BJP. And he said that he cannot run away from the facts that there is a huge unemployment in Punjab, and he should focus on controlling the illegal immigration mafia, and he should focus on how the youngsters, they should stay in the state rather than, they are continuously having the thought of moving out. And he said that as already Aam Aadmi Party, they had done politics on the similar grounds in Delhi. So that's why he said they had lost elections in Delhi as well. And they are continuously going with the same narrative in Punjab as well. And he said that the party will face the same fate in 2027 when the Vidhan Sabha elections will be coming in Punjab.
And in the end, we talk about how more and more farmers in Maharashtra are getting their crops insured. Over the past 5 monsoon seasons, Maharashtra's onion-growing regions have experienced unseasonal rainfall, which has repeatedly damaged harvest-ready crops.
What's happening over the last few years is that onion growers are facing double whammy.
This is the Indian Express's Parthasarthi Biswas, who reports on agriculture for the newspaper.
last year, that is 23-24 was a bad monsoon year. So Rabi acreage of Maharashtra of 24 was low, and onion prices, as you would notice, was high throughout the year, around 40-50 rupees a kg at the wholesale markets and 60-70 rupees at the retail market. And prior to that also, farmers have been complaining and have been at the receiving end of unseasonal rain. This happened mostly towards the tail of monsoon, and the tail is pretty long. Earlier, the monsoon season used to commence on June 1st and end by around mid-September or towards the third week of September. However, these days, the monsoon goes on till around October, and this is not continuous rains. You have sudden spell of extreme heavy rain around say 100 mm or 110 mm in a span of 1 or 2 hours, and that is detrimental for the onion crop.
And he says because of unseasonal rains, especially post-September, even the market-ready crop ends up getting affected.
Farmers have reported early rotting of the onion crop, which is harvested or yet to be put up, or which was just to be harvested, and that has also affected farmers a lot. On an average, Maharashtra produces around 110 to 120 quintals per acre, but of late that has taken a hit because of these unseasonal climatic events.
Now, this is the reason why many onion farmers have increasingly turned to crop insurance to safeguard against erratic weathers and pests. And it is the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana that they have turned to.
So Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, or in Maharashtra it's called as Pradhan Mantri Peak Bima Yojana, is a crop insurance scheme, and it's pretty well received and pretty popular amongst growers. The scheme entails insuring your crop at the start of the Kharif or the Rabi season, and you had to earlier pay a premium for insuring. The premium was pretty low, so the split was 10% of the premium would be paid by the farmer. The rest would be taken up half and half by the central and the state government. However, since the last 2 years, the farmer has to pay only 1 rupee for insuring 1 acre of crop. And you register your crop on the online portal, and in case there is an extreme climate event like there is unseasonal rain or the rains have failed or hail or anything else, you apply for that online and you get the money directly into your bank account. Each crop has its well-defined weather extremities, which are called triggers. And if the triggers are met, then you get the insurance. The cover that you have is pretty good. For example, for onion an acre, you get around 40 to 50,000 rupees per acre. And that is almost as much as the cost of production that you would have. And this scheme is very popular amongst the rain-fed irrigated areas. And farmers do ensure that they insure their crops at the right time. The main advantage of this is the low premium. In Maharashtra, it is 1 rupee because of a populist scheme and a good payout. So it is like an safety net for farmers. And given that climate change is on the rise and the effects are felt mostly in agriculture, this is something which farmers fall back on. So the scheme has got the farmer covered from the day he sows till the time the produce is in his shed. So they allow insurance for all the probable losses.
And Partha, could you talk about the changes that the state government has brought about in the policy that has, attracted more farmers and that has led to the rise in crop insurance?
So there are 2 reasons for that. Obviously, the 1 rupee premium is a big hit amongst farmers. So from 2023, it has been initiated, and since 2023, insured area of all crops have grown up in Maharashtra. But the more important reason is that since 2022 or 2021 onwards, erratic climatic events have been rocking the boat for onion farmers. You have rains towards the end of monsoon when the onion is about to be harvested or has been harvested and yet to be put into the shed. You have rains, you have a long break in the monsoon during the growing areas, which causes a complete loss of the crop. So these are the things which the farmers had to grapple with. There have been instances of storms, hailstorms during the harvesting period, especially towards the month of September, October, and that has affected their yield, and that has led many farmers to report complete loss of crop. Because of this, the farmers have started insuring their onion crop. Insurance of onion crop was not a very big hit amongst farmers since 2019 onwards. The last 5 years, we saw the growth coming only from 2023. And the one reason is obviously the rupees 1 rupee premium. But the second and the most important reason is that farmers have started realizing that climate change and erratic climatic events are here to stay. And they need something to ensure that they get something back into their kitty. And I feel that as we go forward, more and more onion farmers will be insuring their crops in the days to come.
You were listening to 3 Things by the Indian Express. Today's show was edited and mixed by Suresh Pawar and produced by Shashank, Bhargava and me, Ichha Sharma. If you like the show, then do subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also recommend the show to someone you think will like it. Share it with a friend or someone in your family. It's the best way for people to get to know about us. You can also tweet us at Express Audio and write to us at podcast@indianexpress.com.